Once upon a time, in a magical land not far, far away from Junction 23 of the Year One, a sleeping beauty lays lifeless. Only true love's kiss from Prince Charming can wake him.
Oh, John, I thought it was all a dream. Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the best presenter of them all?
Emma Willis will always be the best presenter of them all.
What? Broke! Stupid mirror. I've got a show to do anyway.
Please welcome your host, Rylan Clark.
Yes, we're back! Welcome to Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side, and in case you hadn't realised, it's launch night, oh yeah! Botsy's definitely back, and we are not playing about this time, so make sure you keep it locked here for all the latest news and exclusives from the house. And let me tell you something, them celebs better be prepared, because over the next few weeks, I am going to be digging deeper than ever. I mean deep. 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 It's 11 o'clock, we can say deep. And if there's any dirt to be found, then I can guarantee you will be the first to hear about it. So let's meet tonight's guests. First up is Radio 1's Matt Edmondson, Geordie Shore's Vicky Patterson, and former celeb housemate Deb Doran! Very quickly, Ola, she all right?
She's okay.
Good.
Yes.
Just want to get that out of the way, because a lot of people on Twitter are a bit worried. So sending you all our love, Ola. Well, listen, as the saying goes, first impressions do count. So, James, how did you find launch?
Some very interesting characters. I actually find it very hard to say, but I think Katie Hopkins is probably one of the most normal people in the house. I don't know if it's very PC to say that, but she seems quite normal in comparison to a lot of the others.
What ones in particular?
£1 million? £1 million on that face? Really?
Listen, I ain't one to talk. Come on, let's be fair. Come on.
£1 million?
Oh, no, not a million. I'd say about a tenner. This guy. Didn't pay for this. Matt, what about you? What's your impression?
I think it's going to be one of the best Celeb Big Brothers ever. It's so good. The combination of people they've got in there is amazing.
Yeah.
So many fiery characters. I
is.
think Katie Hopkins is going to be an intriguing one. I sort of, when I heard the rumours about her being in, I thought, oh, I hate her, don't like her. Watching her for 10 minutes, she's kind of weirdly compelling.
Do you know what? I think it was that first bit when we cut to her in the other room, when she just started going off about the first few housemates, and that's when I went, I think she's going to be really good.
I think she's going to be TV gold.
I think she is as
Yeah.
well. Vic, what do you make?
I think she's going to be brilliant.
You reckon?
Yeah, yeah.
What are you making of the Twisted Fairy Tale theme?
Oh,
With
I
the
love
mirror? What?
No, we've all just been discussing this at great length in the green room before we came in, and we were a bit confused at first.
No, Vicky did not understand the question.
I wasn't the only one who
We've been
didn't
over about
understand.
8 times.
Do you know what? Vic, I'll play something now and we'll have a chat in that.
Okay.
Thanks, babe.
Well, listen, Bright Lights of Hollywood to the Cobbles of Corrie. It is certainly a mixed bag. We've got tits, we've got tats, we've got tantrums, and where Patsy Kensit's concerned, we've got Trump in as well. Is a recap of your brand new celebs.
My name is Cami Lee, and I am a big bitch. When I was like 13 years old, we were at Disney World, and like some guy told my mom to shut up. And the next thing you know, I was grabbing him by the neck, telling him I was gonna kill him. So I would cut a bitch if anyone fucked with my family. And that's my softer side.
I'm Keith Chagrin. I'm Britain's favourite midget. I have a nice affinity with the general public, so it's lovely for me when I go out shopping, because you get some pensioners coming up going, "Hello, Chaggers, how you doing? I remember you 40 years ago." And then you got some young people saying, "Oi, Chaggers, fuck off." It's lovely.
If you actually look up the word celebrity, it says one who is celebrated. But what the word celebrity has become is one who celebrates themselves.
I am who I am. Somebody came up to me a while ago and said, "Didn't you used to be that Kavanaugh?" No wonder I've got issues. So etiquette. I just don't want to come across like a dick.
People will probably see me and think, oh, life's been a ball, she's had no difficulties because of the way I look, but no one wants to be seen caught dead looking a tramp, do they? I just think it's bang right out of order.
My name is Jeremy Jackson, and my goal was to become rich and famous so that I could fund and open orphanages, and somewhere along the lines I lost my way. I snorted all that orphanage money. Shit. Opa! Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. A lot of them stink.
My name's Katie Hopkins. I'm best known for telling it like it is. I want fat people to recognise they need to eat less and move more. I am gesturing at you. I'm not lucky to be skinny. You're lazy to be fat. You shove half the fridge in your face. Oh, brilliant, that's nice.
A few years ago, I probably would have been a lot like Katie Hopkins. But now, I've grown the fuck up. I have a big dick. I don't need to compensate.
I started work when I was 4. I'm 108, so like in dog years. The last time I went to the supermarket, I went in, I forgot why I was there, and I came out with a cabbage and a pair of American tan tights. It's fucked up, isn't it? We live in a weird, weird world.
My name is Michelle Visage, and I am a mother bear, and I protect my cubs completely. The gays, the kids, the misfits, the freaks, the ones who feel like they don't have a place, you got it. Just be you. I'm not full of shit either. Like, I'm totally being serious.
My name's Callum Best. Don't want to let anybody down, but at the same time, I got to show that I'm not chasing girls and getting pissed every night like I was 10 years ago, you know? I hope there's a guy in there that I can have a bit of banter with, you know what I mean? That's my main thing. We can have a laugh, we can make some jokes, so it's not all serious and dramatic, you know?
Well, it'd be very nice to find somebody older than me, because I think it would be a unique experience to have, you know, a relationship with somebody who's near death. Do you all like big breasts? Yeah! Well, have a look at these. Yoo-hoo, come on.
Going into the house, my biggest enemies will not be the other housemates. They'll be sugar, vegetable oil, and wheat. And I'm not eating white bread.
Everything that I do is predicated on my relationship with God. I'm a very spiritual man. I'm not a religious man. I'm not a Bible thumper. But I do believe in my spirituality. And I think that women can feel my spirit. And I try to keep that masculine thing going, right?
Not a bad bunch, if I don't say so myself. Do you know what's funny? I have got to say, I actually bumped into Patsy Kensit earlier. I was like, "You all right, Pat?" She was just popping to the supermarket. I went, "Would you just pick me up, like, you know, a can of drink?" She actually come back with a cabbage and a pair of American tan tights, which was lovely of her, so cheers, Pat. But it's like Katie Hopkins and Cammy Lee entered the house tonight to the biggest booze, I think it was safe to say. Matt, do you think they deserved it?
What, the booze?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think at this stage there are some obvious people who are going to get booed. Katie Hopkins definitely going to get booed.
Loves a boo.
I think the crowd just kind of like a boo, and I think it really depends on that first VT and what impression they give about themselves.
That does so much, that
yeah.
VT. It
And
really, really does.
I think a lot of people really like to trump themselves up as being, you know, fierce or bitchy or whatever. So if you're going to say that in your VT, you've got to kind of be ready for the booze.
Yeah, 100%. James, do you think anyone got off lightly?
Not really. I think the audience got it pretty right. I'm not sure. Who is this Katie Lee again? Remind me.
Cammy Lee. So she is a tattoo model
Right.
from
Kirk
America.
Norcross,
She
wasn't that
was
with Terry?
engaged to Kirk Norcross.
Ah.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
He looks really impressed.
No, I think the audience got it pretty spot on.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think there's some people that seem really down to earth, really nice. There's a lot of people that are trying to, I think, put on an act at the moment. I think the first 3 days that you go in there, you see a lot of people acting.
It's
but you
very
can only,
showy.
Yeah, you can only act for so long.
Well, talking of the people at home, we are live. Twitter has been going absolutely crazy. I've actually got a couple of tweets. Chris Moyles has tweeted tonight. Hi, Chris. I hope Alexander O'Neill sits on Katie Hopkins until she cries. Good luck to him. And Laura Whitmore, hello, Laura. She said Jeremy Jackson has a touch of Rylan about him. He might do if he's lucky. You've been there. What goes through your mind when you walk down that catwalk for the first time?
The catwalk is petrifying.
Awful.
It's awful. Especially when you're standing behind the doors and you're listening to what you've said and how they've edited you. And I remember there was one bit where I said, oh, the only reason I got married was so she can cook for me or something. And they used that part and everyone started booing. And I was like, no, I didn't say that. Oh, no, I did.
And you did.
And then they opened the doors and I was like, oh, no. But it's panto. That whole catwalk thing is a little bit of panto.
It's a very small part of that whole experience.
But I find it very interesting because when you're actually speaking to Emma at the beginning, that's the real person.
Yeah.
When you're in there's 24 hours a day, cut down to like 50 minutes. So you can be edited in different ways. But I thought it was really interesting watching everyone go in.
Someone who's not that frightened of the edit is Katie Hopkins. And I think we should have a little look and see how she's getting on.
Well, I'm sorry about that anyway.
What about what?
That you've got the silly thing. I'll probably be up with you next.
I'm not angry at them.
No, don't be angry.
I'm all
at them.
good.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm all good.
You're all good. You're better than good. Those are some white sneakers right there.
Yeah, they are.
They are.
They were white when I bought them.
They are white now.
Oh, they are? You're white?
That's the first thing I noticed. Your white sneakers. White sneakers. This is that island, isn't it? You're just doing a little walk around the kitchen island there. Right, okay, I'll go and be nice over here.
I'm fine.
Wow. I don't want it to stop. I want to just keep watching her and see what she's saying. Hurry up tomorrow. That is it for part one, but fear not, because we have barely touched the surface yet. Join me after the break when I'll be diving balls deep. That's right, James, balls deep. Into this year. Well, you never know. Ola's in hospital. I warned you, we will be going deep. I'll see you after this. Bit on the side. Now, this is the show that is not like Katie Hopkins at all, you know. We welcome overweight, ginger-haired and unemployed people. In fact, you know what? We embrace them. I mean, have a look. Like, actually, if falls that dress, we'll never know. Right, it is time to talk more in depth about this year's housemate. And I think it's only right to kick off things with the national treasure formerly known as Cheggers. It's Keith.
Well, hey!
Why? He loves it. Matt, Keith, come on.
I love Cheggers.
You can't not.
I know you can't. He's almost too happy, suspiciously happy.
He is.
Do you know what I mean? Like, when you meet people who are really enthusiastic about everything, you think, what's going on? You can't be like that all the time.
He genuinely just loves life.
Yeah.
He just loves everything about it.
I like him. I once met him, and he told me a brilliant story about...
Can we talk about this story?
We can talk about this story, it's fine, yeah. So, he loves money, right? He loves doing stuff for money, obviously. And he used to do panto, and he would buy toys from the pound shop, and he would say, before the interval, if you want to come back and defeat the bad guys in part 2, make sure you got your toys. Then he'd run out the front and sell the toys for like a £5 that he bought himself. All for cash. Brilliant.
Clever.
Very clever.
I thought you were going to say he'd give them away.
No, he sold them for a tiny profit.
We can neither confirm nor deny that story.
Yeah.
Keith isn't
I can confirm it. I heard it from him.
Shut up. Well, listen, we caught up with that very good gambling man before he entered the house. Let's have a little look.
I've gone through what I've gone through over the years, and I try and give people, constructive advice. I can't, give them a path or tell them exactly, how to cope with what life throws at you. But I can give a little bit of guidance because of a bit of experience, because of some of the dark times that I've had. I've no worries about being in the house myself, but if there's one sort of niggling thing for me is my Mrs. Maria. She's such a lovely person, and she's not upset that I'm doing the show. She's just upset that we're both missing each other, because this is the first time in all the years of 23, 24 years we've been together that we're not been able to speak to each other each day, and I mean that. Every day I've spoken to my wife, so she's very upset, and so am I.
James, just quickly, has that changed your opinion of him?
No, he seems nice. I like him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody's that nice.
Oh, here she comes! She's come down on the train! And here she is!
Nobody's that nice. He's going to snap in this house. Mark my words.
Let's move on to Patsy. She's used to having her life scrutinised by the media. Vic, how do you think she's going to do being under the microscope for 24 hours a day?
I'm a bit worried about Patsy. I think she's the one that could sort of really snap under the pressure.
You reckon? God, you think everyone's going to snap under the pressure?
It's this house.
It's this. Are we going to get you in there one day?
This is you.
Vic, will we get you in there one day?
You're never getting me in there. Never.
There's a price.
We get you all in the end, don't we? Yeah. All here. It's time to talk about the Americans, guys. Let's start. Yes, the Americans. Let's start with Perez. He has made a career out of leaking celebrity secrets. Take a look.
As I've gotten older, have really learned the power of words and how that can affect people. So I don't need to say something that I know is gonna hurt somebody knowingly. I've grown the fuck up. You know, I'm approaching 40 and I have a child. So the way that I will be interacting with people is gonna be different now than it would have been a few years ago. Drama happens, but I don't need to say, you're a fat, ugly, miserable cunt.
Now do you understand why I've got to do the beware bit before the shows now? Now you get it. Matt, hello. Would you trust living with Perez?
No, he's a game player. From the start, every single person that came in, he was the person to greet them like it was his house. Poured them, oh, can I get you champagne? Like he was some sort of waiter there. He's trying to butter everyone up, and I don't trust him for a second.
He self-admittedly said, I want to win. I'm in it to win it.
Game player.
He's in Hollywood. He's lived the Hollywood
He's in
style.
Bollingwood now.
That's it. Well, Bollywood, you know, he's used to being false. That's all. You know, that's his life.
Is he going to stir it up in there, though?
Oh, he will stir it more than Katie Hopkins, because he does it for a living. It's natural. Katie is just doing it for, like, trying for publicity. This is his life. He bitches for life.
Can I just say,
like this dialogue
get him in there. That's all I'm saying. Put him in. Let's sort it out. Well, these are two housemates who seem like they're going to have no problem telling it like it is. It's Michelle Visage and Cami Lee. Now, Cami said she's looking forward to playing with the boys in the house. So, James, do you think the boys will be able to handle these two?
Just having a recap
I
on
just
who they
asked
are.
who they were again because
Oh, come on.
The tattooed lady.
The tattoo lady.
Cammy.
Yes, the one with the big knockers.
A lot of them have got big knockers in there this series. to be
I
fair.
find them slightly scary. Actually.
Why?
I don't know, just a bit intimidating as women. I don't know, they'd frighten me. So yeah, I think the boys should look out.
How would you feel if they thought, you know, let's have a play with James tonight in the house if you were in there?
I'm married, exactly. No, they don't really do anything for me at all.
No.
I think some of the guys are more attractive than them, so...
The thing is with Cami, though, there is actually a bit of a soft side to her. Have a little look.
What people might not know about me is I am a mommy's baby girl. She's very overprotective of me. I'm very overprotective of her. I think women need to uplift women instead of putting them down and always saying rude things. And bitches be cray. And bitches love to hate, which they shouldn't. Let's all unite. Let's stop showing our tits and just be friends.
They are. I agree with her, though. You know, come on, let's stop showing your tits and all just be friends. Yes, her. Let's move on to Michelle, who says that she is representing the Queens, the Freaks, and the Misfits. Again, our audience, guys. Welcome. She's used to drama because, as she said, she was weaned off the teats of a drag queen. Matt, how do you think she's going to cope with the drama in the house? Because, especially the January series, there's always a good drama.
I think she's going to create the drama. I think she's going to feed off the drama. But I really like her, actually. Unlike someone like Katie Hopkins, who I think is a stirrer, I think she's just going to tell it like it is, not hide anything away. I think she's going to be really good, actually.
I don't think so.
Do you not think so?
She came in and she said, I love England, look at my English ring. She's coming over from America and she's trying to get the British public on her side. Fuck off. She's a wrong one. Definitely.
James, maybe you should say more of what you actually
I don't like
think.
her.
We've got some tweets in as well. This is David Wade has tweeted, the game has just been upped. Michelle Visage, she is going to ruin Hopkins.
Yes!
Woo! Vicky, what do you think of Michelle? Do you think she's going to be a good housemate?
Yeah, I already love her. I think she's exactly what the house needs. I think she will give Katie a run for her money as well.
Yeah.
Why do you not like her?
No, Katie's too educated for her. She's too clever.
But what's saying Michelle's not?
Exactly.
Me.
All right, Brad. Yeah, Brad. Listen, let's move on to crooner Alexander O'Neill and former Baywatch babe Jeremy Jackson. Now, Alexander's dulcet tones have been wetting knickers for years, haven't they? They really are. Vic, do you want a towel?
No, I'm all right.
Are you all right? Like Patsy, Jeremy is a former child star. He, from the sounds of it, has been through a hard time with it all, let's be fair, over the years. Wise move coming on Big Brother, Matt, for Jeremy?
Probably not, but I think it's going to be good telly. He's sort of like... It's like he got the phone call a couple of days ago and he went, oh, what do celebrities dress like? Let me go out and buy some wacky trousers and a big jacket and a hat, maybe?
Burrow Islands coat.
Exactly, yeah. Straight off the peg. So I think he's going to be great in there, actually.
I think he's going to be a good housemate as well. He's been through a lot and he seems he's ready to take that game on as well. Jack Whitehall's tweeted us tonight. Hello, Jack. He says just simply, I think Leonardo DiCaprio wins in the end. There you go. Calm down, Jack. Don't start. Right, let's go into the infamous words of Cammy. Bitches be cray, and let's face it, no one likes a cray bitch, OK? So don't be cray.
Yes,
I'm going to say cray again because I don't ever say cray. Join me after the break. I'm going to be talking some more about our housemates. I'll see you straight after this. Cray. Welcome back. They're still going. The Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, this is the TV show that's very similar to a fairy tale. You know, it's full of twists, you know, strange characters, evil queens. But don't worry, because we always finish with a happy ending in here, don't we? Just past midnight, normally. Time now to turn the spotlight onto our remaining celeb housemates. Let's start with a little menage a trois of tabloid regulars. Callum Best, Alicia Duval and Chloe Goodman. Now, talking of Chloe, hi Vicky.
Hi.
It's no secret you're on a show with Chloe.
Yes.
She's not your best mate, is she?
No. No, she's not on my Christmas card list.
How do you think she's going to do in there? Do you think she's going to stir it up like she did on your show?
I don't know, I think she might get overpowered in here because there's quite a lot of big characters. She's quite young.
Why do you not like her then?
Because she's a knob.
I feel like I've got a spoon out tonight. Let's move on to Alicia. She's got a lot of reality TV experience. Matt, do you think this is going to play to her advantage? Or, because it's Big Brother, this is the only show that is 24/7. So do you think it might hinder her?
I think it might do. I think she may kind of fade slightly into obscurity. There are so many strong characters there, and her whole personality is about how she looks, not what she can offer kind of personality-wise. So I don't know whether or not she'll be able to make too much.
Do you think she's got anything to offer personality-wise? Because in that chat with Emma, it was a bit like, what's going on, James?
Probably
you know what I mean?
Dull.
Pulling teeth.
Maybe it's because it doesn't move and she can't do anything. What do you think?
Again, still can't talk. Right, let's move on to Callum before they start assessing. He's the first to admit he's built up a rep for being a bit of a ladies' man. So, James, are we looking at the new Lee Ryan, maybe?
No.
No?
I hope not. I think he seemed quite nice.
He seems like a reformed man from what we've seen on, say, Love Island and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean... He's what? He's cool. I think he seemed quite cool.
He's a cool gentleman.
Yeah.
And he's Irish. Well, part of Irish.
Yeah.
No, flying the flag, here we go. It's like Eurovision in here. Twitter, Patch McScratchy, I think that says Callum Best is a lot like an arsehole. I think he's an awful person, but I also kind of want to bang him. Good luck to you. Let's move on to our Northern twosome, Cav and Ken, who both reached, I think it's quite fair to say, the peak levels of their fame in the 90s. Cav says that he's taking part in the show because he's got nothing else to do. So, Matt, is that a good enough reason to
I think
do
it is.
It's quite honest,
I
isn't
quite
it?
like Cav. He comes across really well in those VTs. He works in a sandwich shop for years.
I know, yeah.
So this is probably quite a good gig for
And
him.
he was
That's
a
quite good
really
to
great
do.
character on Big Reunion. I don't know
He
if
was
any of you
amazing on
saw
Big
it.
Reunion, yeah. I worry about Fifth Story. Is there a phone line that's been set up now because have they split up? Is that official? Has he gone solo
I'm sure
again?
there's a counselling line
Fine,
if they have split up. Vic, Does Cav make you feel good?
No, not really.
Oh.
No, I think he's a nice guy. Do you know what I mean? He's just not really... He's not that attractive, is he?
I don't know. Why are you looking at me?
Oh, James, you know.
Stop it.
He knows.
Just as I'm a dancer.
Let's move on to Ken, or Reg Holzer. I really want to call him Reg. It's so hard not to call him Reg. He's already warned us about his tantrums. Vic, how do you think he's going to be? Because I think a lot of us are expecting Reg Holsworth in the house. We've not seen Ken as Ken Morley.
Well, I think he is a bit like Reg. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's that far removed from the character. So I think we are going to see a lot of that in there. I feel a bit sorry for him. He's a bit old and a bit confused. I don't really think he knows what he's letting himself...
But he's got a lovely blazer.
Lovely. Very similar to yours, funnily enough.
Well, listen, me and Ken, you know, we were liaising. James, tantrums. He said he can throw some tantrums. How hard is it to hold that in that bubble?
In the bubble?
In the bubble.
What, with Audley? No, I think he seems like a nice guy, harmless. I think he's going to maybe become slightly annoying. Is he going to throw tantrums? I think there's people in there that are eating him for breakfast, so I don't think so, really. I think he's maybe going to be a little bit out of his comfort zone.
With more opinionated characters?
I think so, definitely.
Well, talking of two opinionated characters, let's talk about Nadia and Katie. They have both made careers out of being opinionated, both of them. But in the past, loose women have always behaved a little bit disgracefully on Big Brother. So, Matt, do we think Nads is going to follow suit?
I think she's going to win it. She seems so likeable.
A lot of love on Twitter.
I really like her, yeah, just from that VT earlier, but also from watching on the telly. It's impossible not to like her, I think. So I think she's going to become someone that, she's going to do all the cooking because she won MasterChef. And that is a power play in that house.
That is, as Emma said, currency, believe me.
Yeah.
We had Claire from Steps and Frankie Dettori, and we were like, please don't get rid of her, we will not eat. Well, listen, before Nads went in, she had a few choice words to say about one of her fellow rumoured housemates.
My worst nightmare is somebody that's really cold or cruel or hard-hearted. What I can't stand is a black heart. But I have to say, when I saw it was rumoured that Katie Hopkins was in, I'm like, oh my God. Because she seems that she is just not very nice. Something that really irritates me about people is when they say, I say what nobody else wants to say. That's what I do, I say what nobody else wants to say. Well, the thing is, you might do. We could all go around saying everything we think about everybody, but there's no skill in that. There's no talent in that. The talent is being able to be kind through whatever.
What do we think? We agree? We like that. Well, listen, as we know, Katie is not afraid to cause a bit of controversy, so let's see what she's got to say as well.
I don't think an opinion should ever become offensive. I think an opinion should always be something you can share, and someone might dislike that, but I don't think we should ever put it in the bracket of being offensive. I think one of the joys of being me is that very often it's left my brain and is on its way out of my gob before I think, ooh. And in my world, I tread a very fine line. And ultimately, in order to tread that fine line and own that space, occasionally you're going to make a mistake that other people aren't going to like so much, but you have to have the kind of bravery to walk that fine line. I think that's what makes us interesting in this space.
I cannot watch Katie Hopkins and not think about Stansted Airport. She is like that the whole time. Vic, what about you? What do you make of Katie?
Well, I just said there, I thought that was quite honest from her, rather than just trying to be openly nasty, which sometimes I think she's being. She was just honest and straightforward there, and I think sometimes people do speak without thinking. However, I do think she deliberately courts controversy.
Yeah, I think she deliberately does it, but there is nothing wrong with having an
opinion.
But
you're a bit of a fan, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, some of the
things. Because he's the boy version.
No, but some of the things she says are true. Yes. Whether you like it or not, they are true. It's facts that come out of her mouth, and people don't like hearing it. Sometimes I do think she goes too far and is actually quite hurtful, the things she says. You can't just randomly say to people that you're fat.
Do you know what I've seen on Twitter tonight? And I kind of share it. A lot of people that have seen Katie's work and, know what she's like are sitting there going, I'm a little bit worried. From what I've seen of her, I half agree with some of the little things that she's saying.
Not
and it's
everything.
Like, not everything, God no, but like some of the things she's saying, you're like, oh, I can see what she means a little bit
I
when
like
she's
her, and
talking.
I find her quite funny. I think she does a lot of it in jest as well. But I think the world's becoming so PC, you have to be so careful what you can say.
Not on this
and
show.
a lot of people
Not on
don't
this
like
show.
what she says.
Not on this show, no. Listen, yous have all been quite good tonight, so do you fancy an exclusive?
I could do this all day, all night.
You know that.
And invite a whole bunch of people.
Have a barbecue and we'd be good to go.
Oh, dog, if they talking about entertaining, I can invite a whole bunch of motherfuckers up in here. I'll show you some motherfucking entertaining.
Right, then you show some
All right,
entertaining.
I'll show you some entertaining.
You show some real entertaining.
I have a lot of time for you. man.
Tell them, player. If you get kicked out, you have to still stay 10 days.
I don't think you can get kicked out till 10 days.
Oh.
He's thinking, oh, God.
Well, why old girl wanna fuck with me and wanna try to fuck with my head? Cause you can't. I'm sorry, baby. I would like to accommodate you, but you can't fuck with my head.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, 'cause,
You know better.
You know, if you wanna.
I can see myself having a soak in that every night.
I bet if I jumped in that motherfucker with my suit and my motherfucking brand new trainers on, I bet I'd be an entertaining motherfucker with it.
Join me after the break where we'll be having a little analyse on this year's House Dynamic with body language expert. Dame Judy James is back! And the Queen of Big Brother herself, Emma Willis. See you in through. Celebrity Big Brother's bit on the side. Now, I think it's quite fair to say that this year's launch has been quite a good one, isn't it? It's been a good one. So let's all have a little moment and try to get our heads around what we've got on offer with this bunch. I've assembled a crack team of Big Brother's finest to help analyse our mix of new housemates. To give it up for Judy James, James Jordan and Emma Willis! First up is not the question on OQ. Table.
I know.
Round table.
Yeah.
With fake Ivy.
We're having a round table meeting.
How do we feel about this?
Wonderful.
Seance, we could...
We could have a little seance.
Get some
Oh, no,
spirits.
I'm scared of things like that.
Oh, no.
Let's not do that.
No. We'll do it another time, whenever.
OK, we'll just go.
So, listen, launch, how was it?
Oh!
It was good. She was good. And can I say, just quickly, you look fit.
Yes, thanks.
You
yes,
look
very much.
fit.
I've never worn leather on my legs before, so...
Well, you should wear it more often.
It was a first. I've worn leather underwear.
But the beware notice this for.
Not really.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you know what? I keep saying it. I've said it in all the press. I said it on the website earlier on. I know I keep banging on about it, and I know lots of people will go, "Oh, what's she talking about?" I think that's possibly one of the best lineups we've ever
It's
had.
a great one. It is a great one.
Yes, you know, they're not like no. You were a unique one last.
Hang on, if we're going to play that card, whoa.
Well, you did well out of it, didn't you? Look
I've
at
done
you here
all right.
now.
I've got round table.
James is still here. Everything's fine. And I know, like, you know, there's no Hollywood megastars in there, but let's be realistic. This is Big Brother,
Yeah.
and Tom Cruise is never going to go on it.
Well, he did
and
want to,
it's
but
about personalities, and that is what we have.
Massive.
What a group
Yeah.
of characters.
It's
Yeah.
a good
Right?
I
Are
wanna
you
go back
jealous?
in.
You're
I want to go
jealous?
in because I know it's all going to kick off in there.
Yeah. I think it's gonna kick
Would
off
you
quite
like to be
soon.
in there with that lot?
Yeah.
For what reason, though?
Because I must say, I think there's some massive characters in there, and I think they're all really argumentative. And I'm a wind-up, so I could be stirring it, and it'd be brilliant.
I think I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking, you can tell they are a feisty lot. We
Very.
said that in our interviews. Do you know what I mean? They are a very feisty lot. From what I've seen on Launch Night, Judy, I don't know what you make of it, but it seems like it's all very much keeping up appearances. Hello, oh, it's lovely to meet you. Isn't this an amazing thing? And blah, 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 have a champagne. I don't think that's going to last for long.
No, I mean, I've just been watching the live feed and I think it's beginning to disintegrate already, actually. But it's completely different because James's house was completely top-heavy with male alphas. This is top-heavy with female alphas.
Definitely.
Every woman, apart from one, Alicia, has got alpha potential in there, and that's got to kick off big time. You're absolutely right.
I've got to say, she was a bit like rabbit in headlights, Alicia. When she came out. I felt quite sorry for her.
I don't think she
froze.
I saw her earlier,
did, yeah.
and I don't think she really knows the show.
Stop.
Stop being horrible. Stop it.
She wasn't the only one, though. The other one that showed a lot of fear signals on the way in and was actually clinging to you like a leech was Katie.
Oh!
Yeah, I said she looked nervous as well.
She was showboating, but she was very, very nervous. She's much more relaxed.
She
now.
did
She's
give
trying
it
to
a
do
very
nice.
a very big entrance, didn't she, onto the stage?
What do you make of her?
You're clinging to her now.
A little bit of finger action.
I think I'm fascinated by her because I just want to know who the real her is. She's very opinionated. She says what she thinks. We see her on things like This Morning, and she has a barrage of things to say about people. What was quite interesting, what a lot of people up the hill noticed, was when she was in the diary room, she wasn't that quick to give those insults.
No.
You know, one of the harshest insults was, "Oh my goodness, he's wearing white trainers with a suit." That's not the kind of insult we use.
It's not as...
You know, I'm sure when she has preparation to give those insults and time, when she knows what she's got to talk about, then she can plan it. But being quick off the mark, I'm fascinated to find out if that is the real her or if this is something she plans.
Is she Katie Hopkins or is she
nice
Katie?
About Keith. You could see immediately she much preferred being nice about Keith. That was her much more relaxed. So I think she's kind of God for hire, really, isn't she?
How do you think she's coping so far, though? Obviously, she's gone in first. She's clicked, you know, we'll watch Big Brother. She's thought, I'm part of something here. She's gone through the mirror. How do you think she's going to cope? She's got to be nice.
She's doing quite well, but she's actually quite relieved. What she's done, she's latched onto Perez, which is quite easy. She's mirroring his body language, so she's doing exactly all the big gestures and everything. I mean, it's incredibly easy to talk to him. She's avoiding all the ones that she doesn't like. And she's actually playing it quite well. She's not being over-congruent, she's not being over-nice, which would have been a big mistake. But as I say, I think you're seeing more of her in there now, being slightly nice than we were with the sort of pantomime baddie. And she can do it, and she's really good at it. But I think people will possibly warm to her because they'll see a nicer side of her.
I've met her before. She's not as bad as she makes out.
No, I don't think she is. I've met her a few times on This Morning. But, again, she is one of those characters...
A bit like you.
Yeah, but you just don't. I've got to quickly ask Judy, do you think... you've been watching the live feed in the office.
Yeah.
Have you seen any signs of her slipping?
No, not at all. I'll tell you what I have seen, though, a bit of flirting going on straight away. Callum has been nabbed straight away by Cammy Lee. She's got him already. She's wearing his coat over her shoulders. Alexander, poor thing. I felt really sorry for him because Katie had been horrible to him. You know, he immediately feels he's got to be good value for money. So he sat on the side of the pool and he was holding court.
Yeah.
What isn't noticed, his bum's actually gone in the pool water.
You're joking! I didn't see that! I didn't see that!
So, poor thing. He's just gone off in the toilet. I don't know what he thinks has happened, but I
can't wait
felt
for
really
tomorrow
sorry.
night show.
Lovely.
He does.
Do you know who else? So I can't wait to watch Jeremy.
He's going to be brilliant.
Yeah,
he is going to be good.
He seems... I'm fascinated by him as well. And Patsy.
Patsy.
Yeah.
Patsy's great.
50 quid, she's the first one to
Loves
cry.
the cabbage and a pair of American Tanter.
I reckon she'd be the first one to cry.
No.
50 quid. Yeah.
Who?
50 quid.
50 quid. Do you want to bet?
I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll take that one.
50
just quickly, let's have a quick look at what Patsy actually said before she went in.
Okay.
I've grafted my whole life, but I came from a very, very poor background. My dad was in and out of prison. Both my parents, they died when I was young. My biggest achievement is my children, my boys. Hands down.
Do you think we can see her adopting a bit of a mother role in there, maybe?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I've met her a couple of times, and I don't really know her, but I do really like Patsy. There's something very endearing about her. She's quite vulnerable, and she just seems like a really, genuinely nice person. And I think Nadia is friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
She's brilliant. I love Michelle.
I've got to say...
them.
Yeah.
Even Katie.
Let me just quickly ask you this, because Big Brother is Celebrity Big Brother. It's quite famous for people going on to do a bit of a comeback, shall we say. Kavanagh, he is quite open and basically saying, I'm doing this, I've got nothing else to do. Hopefully this will be the launch of Cav again. Do we think it's going to work for him?
No.
No.
It seems
nice now.
It depends what you mean the launch of Cav to be. Launch of his music career? No, I don't think that will happen. And that's, you know, not because, you know, he's...
Well, the music
so
industry...
good,
You're married to
just
Matt.
because
It's a tough industry.
It is. And, you know, he's kind of had his day. I mean, I should maybe
He might
say
get into
that.
something else.
No, I'm joking. I'm
He
joking.
might get into
He
something
might get into
else.
something. But as him, as a TV personality, then yes, absolutely, possibly.
Let's have a look at
but
what
I thought
he...
you meant music-wise.
Just in general.
Shut up,
Emma! You're worse than me! Let's have a look at what Kavanagh had to say. Shut up!
I do remember getting a phone call from my manager saying that, you know, they're not going to renew your contract. I think my last single went in at like 35. That wasn't a good look. It was never years of self-destruction. I went through a bad phase of it, you know. Sometimes it comes back, sometimes it doesn't. We're only human. And I'm not complaining because there's people that have been through a lot worse. Somebody came up to me a while ago and said, didn't you used to be that Kavanagh? Well, I still am. And it's time for him to come back.
See? You feel bad now?
No.
How'd you feel?
You're well out of order.
No, I genuinely, I hope it does, because he has had a really shit time of it in the past. And I hope this is a launch pad for something.
But not in singing.
I just meant, no.
You're saying he's got no talent?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I just don't think it will work from a music point of view, but of course, there's absolutely a place for him.
Let's just quickly talk about the difference in the lineup, Judy. What is the difference? So I think the main thing is age. We've got a lot more older housemates.
Average age. I've been anal enough to work out. Anybody like to guess?
I think I know it.
38.
43 and a half.
43 is the average
And that's
age
if they're
group
telling
in
the
there.
truth,
like
it might be
this.
higher.
But this is something I've noticed though with Celeb Big Brother. It's always the older housemates that stay longer and eventually
They're
win,
better
maybe,
value,
apart from
yeah.
you. And in civilian, normal Summer Big Brother, it's always normally the younger ones that come out on
that
top.
stay. Do you think it's a
I
January
don't know what
thing?
that means. It's just something I observed.
Is it a January thing? Is it like, Christmas is over, good luck to her, she's out?
No, I think...
Just saying, Christmas is the time.
I think, you know...
They're good value.
In
The
a
older
genuine,
ones are good
sweeping
value.
statement, if they're older, they've probably been around and in the business a lot longer and probably know
How to play the
do
game.
it more
And they're
rather
bruised
than
fruit
someone
as
that's
well.
been
They're
around for
bruised
5
fruit.
minutes.
There's much more. They've done so much and they've had a lot of good and bad in their lives. And
We
I
need
think
layers, don't we, Judy?
We need layers.
Well,
'cause
talking
you
of
get the
layers-
best wine out of
Talking of
crushed
layers-
grapes.
Or lemons
Let's
to
put a
make
bit
lemonade.
of faux fur on, bit of faux fur. Michelle, she's sort of one of our middle of the road age-wise housemates. You noticed something on her walk-in, didn't you?
She was just did the best entrance.
Let's
I mean,
have a
I
look.
loved her.
Let's have a look.
Look at you, Private Benjamin.
Welcome. You look gorgeous.
Hi, darling. Imagine the first person I see is another American.
Wait, Michelle?
Hi.
I'm Alex.
Alex, nice to meet you. Alexander O'Neill?
Yes.
Sherelle, Saturday Love.
Yes.
Yes! Oh my God, it's one of my favorite songs.
Thanks,
How are
darling.
you?
I'm great.
Hello, I'm Michelle. Lovely to meet you. Beautiful color.
I was just, I mean, she turned up. It was the most. I mean, she did. She looked scary. You said like Cruella de Vil. I mean, she made the best entrance. Croydon facelift, the whole lot. She came in. She got Perez because he was doing these wonderfully sort of suck-up greetings, but. The more dramatic they got, the more intimidated he was, and he completely got her in a bear hug. So,
Yeah.
but the others sat in that little sofa. You couldn't see them there, just like little babies
Looking
in a
over.
cot, looking up. And the way she greeted poor Ken, it was like, "And you are?" I mean, it was just it
But
crushed.
he didn't say, did he?
No, he's not.
He was just like, hello.
He's just turned into a bit of an outsider. I don't know if he will integrate, but he's been sitting on a little throne and just not joining in with anybody. So I think anybody's going to blow up, it'd be him, actually.
Yeah.
I think
There's a lot of acting that goes on the first few days, though, because when I went in there initially, I thought, these guys are massive characters in comparison to me. But then everyone kind of went quiet after a while. I think the first few days, everyone's acting.
Listen, you weren't quiet in the
I
end,
was gonna
Roger.
say,
Let's
you know
be
what, they went
fair.
quiet, don't you?
Listen, give it up for
Clever
these three.
editing.
We've loved it. Thank you. Well, that is it, I'm afraid. That's all we have got time for tonight. A massive thank you to all of you for watching. And all my best.
I'll be here for the latest gossip with Dee Kelly, Bobby Paul Norris and Jimmy Bullard.
And I'm back on Friday.
Yeah.
Big nominations, Chris, for Drew and Edmund.